Celebration time. It don't matter what part of the jewel they come from. You da you and me da me. But guess what? All are we the one. See what I mean?
Silkgrass Farms produces several products, including a wide assortment of juices, coconut oil, and honey. Most of the products are grown on the farm. Our Belize Watch team stopped by and spoke with Executive Director Dr. Henry Canton and Chief Agronomist Anthony Romero. They spoke of their practice of using regenerative agriculture, which protects the soil. We will have that for you after this break to hear from our partners, the Barry, Del Martin, Silkgrass Farms, and Minister Kevin Bernard.
Debari is your one-stop store of choice. We have an array of electronics and accessories to keep you connected. Your home will be the envy of your friends when you choose from a wide variety of household appliances. We can help you dress the entire family in style and comfort with our selection of clothing and footwear. Visit our store on Albert Street in Belize City, San Pedro, La Isla Bonita, Park Street in Orange Walk Town, Belmopan, and San Ignacio, Santa Elena. Debari, get more, pay less.
Introducing Silkgrass Farms cold pressed juices, 100% natural with zero additives, no added sugar, made only from the freshest fruits. Silkgrass Farms, pure, fresh, sustainable.
Orange Walk, the future is brighter. Since Kevin Bernard became your representative, progress has never stopped, with Plan Belize 2.0 leading the way. In Palmar, 2 main roads have been paved. The main road that passes through Tower Hill Village has been paved, connecting our community. In Tan Pine Ridge, the entire road has been paved, a major step forward. And every month, new roads are being paved in Orange Walk East. Kevin Bernard is committed to building a stronger Orange Walk East, one road at a time. Together, we're moving forward. Kevin is the people's champion.
Celebration time. It don't matter what part of the jewel they come from. You da you and me da me. But guess what? All are we the one. See what I mean? Jump and shout all over the nation. We're breaking out with a new creation. It's been too long, we've got to unite now. Time and space can't keep us apart right now.
And greetings from Silkgrass Farm, and we enjoy Silkgrass juices, but there's a major agricultural component that goes into these juices, obviously, because all of the juices are made fresh. Right, Henry?
Yep, as fresh as can be. Straight from the farm to the factory, into the bottle, and into the market.
You grow your fruits, and you extract, and then you process. What's the variety of fruits that are grown here?
Let me give you a little picture of what Silkgrass Farms is and what we farm. Silkgrass Farms, the location at Silkgrass, is roughly 27,000 acres, and we farm 3,000 of that. So we're about 10% of what we farm. Here at Siltgrass Farm, it's primarily coconuts and cacao, and Anthony plays around with some of the annuals. We also do like passion fruit, watermelon, pineapple, and some of the other crops where we need to get either vegetative material, seeds, or some source. Or we want to find out what the cost is of growing it and that sort of stuff for the outreach programs that we have with other farmers. So that is Siltgrass Farms. We also have another farm owned by the same group but of a different name. One of them is Green Groves. It's by Mayamopan, past Georgetown. It's 1,000 acres, and that is all planted to citrus. We have some coconut there also, but it's just peripheral coconut. And we have a lot of hardwood. When we're planting it way back yonder, we did a lot of hardwood planting, teak and mahogany and cedar and stuff. We have a property at Middlesex, which is Valley Orchards Limited, VOL. And we at that farm we grow. We've just started to plant over. We are planting coconuts. We're planting cacao. We want to do a big expansion of cacao there, and we currently lease some of the land for grain growing by a Mennonite, but that will be converted very shortly into coconuts. We were primarily that farm is coconut and cacao. That would be, and then we have what used to be the old Hershey property. We call it the Sheboon River Estate Farm. It's part of the HCL group, the Hummingbird Citrus Limited group. We have about 3,000 acres there, and on that farm we have cacao, we have coconuts, we have citrus, and the citrus that we have there is a variety of citrus. Anthony grows grapefruit, orange, limes, lemons at this point in time. So it's expansive. We have about 8,000 acres of farming that we do. Yeah, and but we're stuck to about 3 or 4 different crops instead of just the monoculture.
So Anthony, you are Anthony, right? Anthony Romero.
Yes, sir.
Nice meeting you, Anthony. And you have listened to Henry saying that you're in charge of all of this, a lot of agricultural input and so much land. I can forget how much land he mentioned just now. He mentioned
8,000 acres.
8,000 acres, but I mean all over the place. And it's not just in here, right? You manage all these plots?
Yes, sir, I do. One of the unique things at Siltgrass Farms is that the type of agriculture that we practice is regenerative agriculture, which is basically a holistic agricultural model where we try to go back to what nature does by itself. Okay, we try to learn from nature. We try to minimize all kind of chemical inputs. And at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is to restore health into our soils. You know, in the past, the conventional agriculture, well, what it does in the long run is to degrade your soils, basically.
So now, use of pesticide and fungicides, right, and all that kind of sides.
All what is done with the large scale conventional agriculture. Now with regenerative or restorative agriculture, what we're trying to do is basically grow our food as close as to what nature would do. Okay, one of the main things is to minimize tillage. If you notice with the large-scale agriculture, what they would do is they would come and have these big machines till the soil.
To turn it over.
Right.
You don't do that.
We minimize it. We do a small amount of it, but not as what the conventional agriculture would do.
Okay.
Right. And then also what we would do is to make sure that the practices that we implement are environmentally friendly. Okay, because one of the main things with the regenerative agriculture is that we want to, like I said earlier, we want to heal the soil. We want to restore soil health. We want to improve biodiversity. All this with the objective of trying to have a positive carbon impact.
But how do you go about making sure that you have that positive carbon impact that you do all this without tilling and what have you? How do you treat the soil?
Like I said, we do some till, but it's a minimal tilling.
Yeah, but how do you treat the soil that you don't till?
The main thing is to leave it with a cover.
Cover?
Cover, right. You don't want it bare. You don't want it exposed to the elements of the weather. So we can use a natural vegetation to maintain it covered, or we can also come in and plant some leguminous plants, which at the end of the cycle, they would improve the nitrogen content and improve soil structure and soil quality. That is very important in this type of agriculture. Yes.
So you've studied all that?
Yes. Right.
What experience do you have in all of this?
Experience-wise, I've been working specifically with citrus for over 25 plus years, and not only here in Belize, but also in Mexico. But having the opportunity to come back to Belize and being exposed to this type of agriculture has enriched my experience. It has allowed me to use what I know, but in a very constructive manner, and also trying to implement what I also learned in Mexico in regards to organic agriculture. So when you look at it, regenerative agriculture is using a little bit of all the different type of agricultural models that you have, trying to use what will best restore health into the soil.
Okay. So you use, for example, the leaves that fall off trees and that sort of thing to put back in the soil as against putting a ton of fertilizer or something.
Right. In a nutshell, yes. Like I mentioned before, it's trying to mimic what nature would do.
Will do, yeah, because the fallen leaves, they will go right back into the soil and go through a process.
Exactly.
So that's the cycle
we're trying to
use here.
Yes, to do.
How successful are you with it?
You won't be able to see results immediately. You won't see it in a week or a month or a year, but at least 2-3 years' time, you should be able to see the positive effects of this type of agriculture. Right. First of all, when you go to the fields, you start seeing more. If you dig the soil, more life, more earthworms, more insects, and overall you're going to see more beneficial insects around, more birds. That is an indication that you're restoring back nature to what it was once before. Right.
Now, how do you go about planting here? You rotate the crops, or is there a stationary crop in an area, or this area for oranges, one for this, or do you rotate crops? How do you do that?
We do a bit of both. For example, for the specialty crops, the annual crops, yes, we do rotate the crops. We also try to do intercropping. But when it comes to the fruit crops like coconuts, mangoes, right, avocados, soursop, cacao.
Stay one spot.
One spot. Right, exactly.
Yeah. And then you use the canopy that these trees would provide to, let's say, grow cacao, for argument's sake.
Right. In the past, commercial cacao plantations were done with a percentage of shade. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, about 25, 30% shade. Right. Now we're trying to grow cacao without shade. But initially, since cacao trees are native to the Amazon, they need some degree of shade. Yeah. Right. But afterwards, then you can go removing the shade. And we've seen that we've had success so far. As you can see here in Siltgrass, we have about 3-4-year-old cacao trees that are already producing rather good. Yeah.
Excellent. So Anthony is in charge of supplying the primary products, right, Doc? from the field. They're making sure that you got good oranges, good grapefruits, good watermelons, papaya, passion fruit, whatever you use to make it pass. How much are they? Really list of it, man.
It's roughly about 20 different crops that we grow here at Siltgrass. The main ones being coconut for coconut water, coconut oil. And now we're even doing some other byproducts with the husks and the shells. With the husk, we're doing some bricks. With the shells,
Bricks? What do you mean by bricks?
Bricks as in brick.
Construction?
Not construction brick, but then
It's cocoa peat.
yeah, it's the same coconut fiber that is compressed.
All right.
Okay. Then with the shell, we do biochar, and then we also have citrus, oranges, grapefruit, limes, lemons, or mandarins. We have sugarcane. We have passion fruit, dragon fruit, pineapple, watermelon, ginger, yellow ginger. What else? Vanilla. We do vermiculture. We also have honeybees. So
all that is here.
yes, right here at Siltgrass Farm.
At Siltgrass Farm. You have a staff that takes care of all of that, obviously. So
Yes,
tell me about the people that work with you.
Definitely, we have a team, agricultural technicians and people that have been out in the fields quite a bit. And it's very challenging, but it's something that we enjoy. We enjoy doing. Okay. Yes.
Based on what Anthony is saying to you, for a lot of people, it's hard to envision what actually regenerative agriculture is because, like myself, I am responsible, and he also, because he worked with me, along with me for a long time. We were responsible for taking down a lot of the forest, and we were bona fide commercial growers. We did everything that we preach against today, almost everything that we preach today, because there are certain things, even in regenerative, that you have to continue to do. The concept of regenerative here for us at Siltgrass Farms is very critical because regenerative merges along with water quality, merges along with managing slopes, and it's a religion. It's a concept that is holistic. It's not a piecemeal approach to what we do. So when Anthony does anything, he has to think about everything and how it's going to impact. Yes, he has to accept the fact that his production may be a little less than if he grew it conventionally. But he also has to realize that his inputs are less. Therefore, when he looks at the economics of it, sometimes it sort of balances out, but it creates a little different thing. But simple things that, for me, 6 years ago, converting from conventional agriculture to regenerative, not organic, because organic is a whole nother step, another concept. But they tie regenerative and organic together, but they kind of are not really hooked at the hip. But it's a simple concept. When Anthony says we do cover crops, what basically he wants to do, and why no tilling, or as little tilling as possible. So when he does his tilling, he probably wants to level the land, or he wants to take land that has been compressed for a long period of time and aerate it again. But cover crops, nobody ever really thinks about it, but your soil is X deep. Your feeder roots are X deep. So within the first 6 to 8 inches are all the rooting systems that feed. So if you leave it naked, no cover crop, your temperature rises about 5-10 degrees. So most of your microorganisms that are critical to taking nutrition from the soil and providing it or making it available for the plant, they don't survive. So what you end up doing is having to throw 10 times more commercial fertilizer on it because the microorganisms within the ground. And then when you go and throw 10 times the amount of fertilizer on it, the concentration of the fertilizer itself start killing microorganisms. So you have to understand the concept of managing oasis of microorganisms that are beneficial to providing nutrition to the plant. grass. When you drive through the farm, these guys don't take care of their farm. They don't keep it clean. It's Anthony's advantage sometimes to let grass grow. People will say, yeah, but it's competing against the crop. Well, it's not really competing against the crop, because when he comes in and cuts the grass down, he doesn't extract it. The grass lays down. He lays it down. The grass decomposes, and he has organic matter. And it's feed for the microorganisms. On top of that, if he's thrown a bit of commercial fertilizer on it, and the grass has taken it up, the organic fertilizer that he's thrown on, the commercial fertilizer that he's thrown on is inorganic, and therefore it is stuff like nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus. When he cuts the grass down, and it lies down again and decomposes, it goes right back into the soil. So in fact, it hasn't gone anywhere. It is right there. Yes, his percentage available to the plant is a little bit less. So it's a different mindset. When he wants to cover the crop, cover the soil to keep it cool, he wants to put a legume so that legume itself is helping him to convert or put nitrogen back into the soil. So it's a completely different mindset, but the mindset works, and it's a much healthier soil. We've been doing it now for 5 years, and he can tell you, when you dig, you find a lot of earthworms, and you find a lot of microorganisms. When we go out right now, you're going to see what we make cocoa peat, which is going to be a component for us in regards to adding to soil. You're going to see biochar, where we make biochar, which is burning our waste by pyrolysis, which is without oxygen, and turning it into charcoal. And then that charcoal we plant, he buries into the soil, either in wells or either in trenches, or sometimes we spread it. But biochar in itself is like a pumice stone. It's like a sponge. When it's in the ground, it allows you to hold up about 50% more water. And at that area where it's holding more water, he has a larger component of roots, and then he has a larger component of microorganisms and that sort of stuff. So,
can you show me all of this?
Well, we could show you it, but you'd have to. It's hard to show. But you'll see it. Okay, you'll see it in its way. But regenerative is one of the big concepts that everybody wants to come and visit us, and we had a lot of people wanting to come and visit because it is what they call climate smart agriculture today.
Yeah. Would you say that in a nutshell that it is putting back into the soil what the soil produces, like putting it back in? It
is not extractive. Okay. Yeah, what happens with a lot of crops that we grow, like coconuts, when we remove the coconuts, we have to put something back. So what Anthony needs to do is to try to balance it. So he has to put back some fertilizer.
Put back the same thing the soil.
Well, he has to put back fertilizer, but then when he puts back fertilizer, to maximize fertilizer, he has to turn it over. He needs to make sure that when the grass grows, it cuts it back down. It's back. You know, he needs to manage all the cycles that go. What he's also doing is he's coming out of the forest. There's a lot of what we call mountain mycorrhiza, which is a fungus that is very helpful in microorganisms within the soil and stuff. We also collect that. We try to grow it and spread it. We use a lot of it in our vanilla experimentation thing that we're going to show you, and that sort of stuff. But the big point I'm trying to make is that all of our agriculture and all of the people who are going to farm for us are going to have to go by regenerative rules. Okay. And then we're developing that so that we can very clearly state what we're doing.
Anthony is the man who oversees all of this. Anthony, that's a big job, man.
It is.
How do you cope with all of that?
Like I said, it's very challenging, but at the same time, it's very enjoyable. You know, one of the most rewarding things with all this is with the farmers that we normally work with, you go and you show them what you're doing, and you see that they start using it, and they're successful with it. Mm-hmm. One important thing also is that some of the bigger commercial, conventional farmers are trying to imitate what we're doing. Right, in the sense that, for example, where I was working previously in Mexico, we used to produce Tahiti limes. Right, but instead of using herbicides to control the weeds, what we started to do is to use a textile, to cover the bed. So one, it doesn't allow the weed to grow. Two, it conserves the soil moisture. Three, it also has a cooling effect on the soil temperature, and that by itself creates a better environment for the trees to grow. So it's something, like I said, very enjoyable. It's something that you never stop learning, and it's always good to teach and to share the knowledge that we have.
So gentlemen, will we go and see some of what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Because seeing it, is learning even more.
That's exactly what we're hoping to do, is take you and show you
Looking
what
forward to
we're
that.
doing. But like I said, agriculture and showing things, it's something difficult to, it's easy to explain, but it's difficult for you to actually see in 2 minutes or 15 minutes. Something that you have, like Anthony said earlier, it takes a year before you see the difference and that sort of stuff. But we'll give you an idea of exactly what we're doing.
Okay. So, vamos a Congo.
When we come back, we're out in the fields. Our first stop is the Vanilla Greenhouse, where we spoke with Esmeralda Raimundo. Dr. Canton also spoke of the many uses for coconuts. We will have that for you after this break to hear from our partners, the Barry, Del Martin, Silkgrass Farms, and Minister Kevin Bernard.
Debari is your one-stop store of choice. We have an array of electronics and accessories to keep you connected. Your home will be the envy of your friends when you choose from a wide variety of household appliances. We can help you dress the entire family in style and comfort with our selection of clothing and footwear. Visit our store on Albert Street in Belize City, San Pedro, La Isla Bonita, Park Street in Orange Walk Town, Belmopan, and San Ignacio, Santa Elena. Debari, get more, pay less.
At Silkgrass Farms, we believe in more than just growing food. We're cultivating a future. Across 9,000 acres in the foothills of the Maya Mountains, our family of farms grows a vibrant array of crops: coconuts, citrus, cacao, watermelons, avocados. But our mission goes beyond harvests. Through sustainable agriculture, we are not just growing crops, we're strengthening ecosystems and reversing the impacts of climate change. Silkgrass Farms is a part of a global movement, transforming modern food systems into living stories of nutrition, nature, and people. From our fields to your table, every product tells a story of health and hope for the future.
Well, my name is Wilson Perez, better known as Chato. I'm the organizer and the president of the New Horizons Sporting Club. In 2022, we had the award and the sponsorship, full sponsorship from the Minister of Health. And now it is the 4th year that he is year after year sponsoring the tournament, and then it is something that has facilitated and eased the job for me, so that I could have a easier and tournament and organizing when it comes to the Mundialito, which is a tournament that exists for the 22 years in Orange Walk, being the oldest district with the tournament. From that is a tournament that we do to keep kids off the streets, to help them, to keep them in positive activities. We have to give credit where it's due, and we have to applaud and thank these people who do the initiative, have the initiative, and help the people and the youth to grow in whatever skills they have.
Celebration time. It don't matter what part of the jewel you come from. You da you and me da me. But guess what? All are we the one. See what I mean? Jump and shout all over the nation. Breaking out with a new creation.
Well, gentlemen, we have arrived at your vanilla house. What you call this, Henry?
This is our vanilla shade cloth house.
Vanilla shade.
Screen house.
Oh, vanilla screen house. All right.
Word, yeah.
All right. So
Yeah, and this is sort of like an experiment that we've done, and it's paying off. There are some corrections that we need to do with it, but it's paying off. So what we'll do is show you how it grows, and then we'll have Esmeralda explain to you how we cure it.
okay.
And
So
then
you will tell me how it's paying off and about the corrections that you're doing, right?
we could do that when we get
All
there.
right. Because all right, here we go. But this is all grown on PVC pipes. Is that so?
It's all done on PVC pipe and slightly different shades thing. It works. What we do is what would be happening in the wild is this would be growing up the tree, seeking light and continue growing and growing to the top and then bearing the pods down. What we've done here is just done it so that as it grows up like this and it flops down, we flip it back over, we control it. It's too flat, so what I do with it is build it with a higher A-frame so that it would go up and come back down. I'd give it more space for it to grow.
You don't have vanilla extract yet on the market?
We don't have any extract on the market or anything. We're still just playing with it. I think Anthony and them did about 3 kilograms last year, and this year you're going to do 6. Okay. Yeah, so we're double. They're just coming into production. We have from 3.5 years to 1.5 years.
Okay. Anthony, how do you get the extract out of the vanilla itself?
Well, first you have to wait until it's
This will be
ready
the
to
pod
harvest.
here, right?
Right. This is the vanilla beans, the pods. Right. So once it starts to change color from this end here, then we would pick it, and then we would take it into the processing house that we have and start the process. So we can see that now.
Okay. So where the processing house would be where? Over here?
Yes.
All of this in here, Esmeralda and them do hand pollination.
Hand pollination?
We have Melipona bees that we had put in place to do the pollination, but they can't handle it. So we still have to hand pollinate. In fact, this and passion fruit, the two crops that we depend on, Anthony has to have his girls pollinate.
Okay. And how is that pollination done?
We have ladies that come in and do it.
How do
You don't have any flowers here, but when the flower has a flap that separates the pollen from the actual stigma where the pollen needs to get on in order for... So what they do is they take a toothpick and they take the pollen off and then they lift up the flap and put the pollen on the stigma. Ordinarily the bee would have picked up the pollen on his foot and then gone on and eat the thing. But there's only one bee there. They claim there's only one bee that pollinates vanilla, which is the Melipona beachy, which we have, but we're not getting the effects that we need. So we need to hand pollinate also to maximize the amount of flowers.
So you have a specialized crew that does that?
Yeah. This flower opens from 7 to by 10 to 11. They finish the pollination. This where you see these flowers these marks was where a flower was. Well, not that one, but the pink one. There's a pink one somewhere around here just now.
But the flower would be...
But the only flowers, it only flowers between February and March.
Okay.
Okay, so they're not flowering right now.
Okay.
We just prune all these back.
For example, right here.
Okay.
This right here you have the inflorescence.
In what?
Inflorescence. That means that this is where the flowers are going to come from. Okay, and whenever it doesn't flower all at the same time. So the person would come, look for the flower, and then they would do the hand pollination with the toothpick.
Okay.
Yeah. So all of this was done individually.
So it only happens like 2 months of the year?
Yes, at the beginning of the year.
Beginning of the year.
February, March.
Then after that it grows?
Yes, it grows and then it gets ripe and then you harvest it.
Very good.
Chief, this is Esmeralda. Esmeralda is the head of the vanilla. She handles the actual horticultural component of it, but she also treats the beans. There's a process that you take vanilla beans through. And she'll explain to you. Her problem is that she doesn't speak English.
She has a table here.
And she'll explain that to you.
Ok, Esmeralda, buenas. ¿Cómo está usted?
Muy bien.
Mucho gusto en conocerla.
Gracias.
Explícame, usted tiene una mesa acá, explícame todo este proceso de crecimiento de la vainilla. Okay, let's see, I'm asking her to explain the process.
Estamos en Vainilla Silgrass Farm. Acá empezamos a cosechar cuando la fruta tiene 9 meses.
We start to reap when the fruit has 9 months.
Ajá. Ya de ahí la traemos para acá al área de procesamiento.
Then they bring it to the processing area.
Desinfectamos.
We disinfect.
La pasamos a cocinar.
And then we start cooking it. ¿Cómo la cocina? How do you cook it?
El cocinado solo es un calentamiento del agua, un tanteo.
You just heat the water a bit.
Ajá.
And,
caliente.
Yeah, solo caliente, pero no hirviendo.
No, solo matamos matamos para que ya no siga creciendo el vanilla.
Okay, so you heat the water and you pass it through the hot water.
Ajá,
not necessarily boiling water.
No, solo es para matar el vanilla para que ya no siga.
It's just to kill the, what you call it? El vanilla?
¿Vanilla?
¿Qué le dice?
Vanilla es lo que hace que madure.
Oh, the
para que ya
active
no
ingredient makes it
continúe
ripe.
la maduración.
Okay. Vanilla. That's the ingredient makes it ripe. So what I'm holding in my hand is what? ¿Qué tengo aquí en la mano?
Aquí tenemos una vainilla ya
Esta
curada.
vanilla. Okay.
Ajá, se puede decir es una vainilla premium.
It's a premium vanilla.
Ajá.
¿Y cómo y para que yo lo use en mi casa, qué es lo que se hace con todo esto? So I can use it at home. What does all this have to go through?
Yo proceso la vainilla, ya de aquí yo envío a fábrica. En fábrica están haciendo esencia de vainilla.
Okay. She processes the vanilla, and then at the factory they do the vanilla essence.
Yes.
Okay. Now we understand that. So you are processing from there, the green pods that we saw. You process it in here, in here, right over there.
En nuestra área de cocina.
Okay, that's your kitchen, your processing plant.
Ajá, nuestra
Right.
cocina.
And so you have what you have in there? A stove, yeah, a stove and a pot, a silver pot, right? And a thermometer. So, ¿cuántos grados tiene que tener el agua para que lo procese bien?
Solo yo proceso solo a conocimiento, solo veo y al
She
tacto.
does it because she just looks at it and she knows when it's ready, right? So she doesn't have to have any official thermometer or anything to tell her how the
thermometer there, but then
she already has the experience, and so she does it by experience. Qué bien, qué bien. Entonces esto es lo que usted manda a la fábrica.
Sí, eso es lo que
This is what she sends to the factory. This dry stuff here, and then the factory does the rest and converts it into vanilla essence, right? Yeah. You can smell the vanilla, right? You can smell it.
if you rub it,
Yeah.
this one here, you can smell it.
Yeah, even with that, right? You can smell the vanilla. Pues muy bien, y le gusta su trabajo.
Me gusta.
Me gusta. She loves what she's doing, she says, and so she's learned it to a T. All right. Muchísimas gracias.
Igual.
Okay, gracias por hablar conmigo.
Gusto.
Okay, so Henry, we are coconut husk and coconut shell.
Right, the shell goes to the biochar.
Biochar, what does the biochar do?
Biochar is taking that and cooking it in the absence of oxygen, turning it into charcoal, and then we take it and we bury it in the field. It's a soil ameliorator. Okay. We could also take good quality biochar and grind it up and turn it into activated charcoal. So this is another product that will come on. But the main reason for this right now is for the improvement of our soils. So regeneratively, we need to build our soils, and biochar is one of the components that we use.
One of the components used to rebuild your soil.
But it goes through a process. We'll show you at the biochar refinery what happens with that.
And what about the coconut husk?
The coconut husk, I'll take you around right now to show you a building where we're going to take that husk and convert it into cocoa peat.
Cocoa peat?
Yeah, which is
that's again to put back in the soil, right?
Yeah, this is fine potting media. We compress it and it's then exported. And we also make coir. Yeah, we also make coir, C-O-I-R, which is fibers. And we're also baling that, and we're going to export that also. That they'll take and weave into mats. And they use it in the States for anti-erosion mats. So For us with coconut, we are in the process of wasting nothing. I think we had that conversation with Mandy at one point.
So you sell the water, the meat, the coconut meat, what you do with it?
We're going to take the soft water, the green coconut water meat, we're going to convert it into puree.
Puree.
And then the green coconut husk and
husk.
stuff is going to go into core, into fiber, which we're going to export.
And export. And then
the brown coconut, we use the meat for oil and milk and meat if we want to dehydrate the meat. We turn the shell into biochar and we turn the husk into cocoa peat, which is a potting medium, and we're going to make coir, which is fiber for anti-erosion mats.
So you use the entire coconut.
We're trying to get to where nothing is waste, and we can, make it a viable industry.
Wow. That's nice. Yeah.
Okay.
That's nice.
Husk is coming in. It's going up. It's being shredded, and it both passes through the trommel, and then it comes out as the dust. Goes into the presses that you saw at the end, and the product is out. Yeah. It's going to come all straight from where we're dehusking. That's where we do all our dehusking. So it comes straight from there here, and this is an addition to the process.
Okay. So you got the green coconuts there.
We do green coconut water there. We do dewatering. We extract water. That green stuff is also going to become part of this.
Okay.
And there we do dehusking. We actually take the shells off. The husk off and we deshell.
This is just plucked here.
We wrapped up our tour with a stop at where the biochar is produced. Dr. Canton explained that there are plans to develop more products in the future. We will be back after this break to hear from our partners, the Barry, Del Martin, Silkgrass Farms, and Minister Kevin Bernard.
Debari is your one-stop store of choice. We have an array of electronics and accessories to keep you connected. Your home will be the envy of your friends when you choose from a wide variety of household appliances. We can help you dress the entire family in style and comfort with our selection of clothing and footwear. Visit our store on Albert Street in Belize City, San Pedro, La Isla Bonita, Park Street in Orange Walk Town, Belmopan, and San Ignacio, Santa Elena. Debari, get more, pay less.
Introducing Silkgrass Farms cold pressed juices, 100% natural with zero additives, no added sugar, made only from the freshest fruits. Silkgrass Farms, pure, fresh, sustainable.
Orange Walk, the future is brighter. Since Kevin Bernard became your representative, progress has never stopped, with Plan Belize 2.0 leading the way. In Palmar, 2 main roads have been paved. The main road that passes through Tower Hill Village has been paved, connecting our community. In Tan Pine Ridge, the entire road has been paved, a major step forward. And every month, new roads are being paved in Orange Walk East. Kevin Bernard is committed to building a stronger Orange Walk East, one road at a time. Together, we're moving forward. Kevin is the people's champion.
Celebration time. It don't matter what part of the jewel they come from. You da you and me da me. But guess what? All are we the one. See what I mean? Jump and shout all over the nation. We're breaking out with a new creation. It's been too long, we've got to unite now.
Okay, so we have entered the cacao plantation here, and we are under the shade of a cacao tree, you know. But I noticed that your cacao trees, like you were telling me earlier, are not under the shade of a taller tree, right? They're out in the sun. Like, explain this.
Yes, exactly. Like what was mentioned earlier, traditionally cacao as a crop has been grown under shade, right? But what we're doing now is that we are providing shade for them only at the earlier stages, and once they reach a certain height, then remove the shade, and then they become exposed to the sun. And if you notice, these cacao trees are right, and they're 4 years old, already producing. You can see the amount of flowering that we have.
So, each one of these will become a cacao pod.
Has the potential. But it has to go through the whole process of pollination and then
survival
right,
and everything.
And if you can see here, we have cacao of different stages of growth.
Here's one.
Out there, see?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So when you know we look back at the concept that we're using to grow these crops, which is the regenerative agriculture, you can see that we just pruned here.
But you leave the leaves down there.
Leave all the leaves, the stems, to gradually decompose. Right.
You won't rake this at all. This will stay
No,
here.
that will stay there. That will go through its own decomposition process and recycle and go into the soil. Right.
So there's no need for fertilizer, really, like you were saying.
We still fertilize
or you fertilize a bit.
little, right? A little, but not as in a conventional way, manner. You would be fertilizing much more, but here we make use of the natural process of the decomposition that will occur, and then have the plants make use of that natural elements that will be there.
And how do you keep fungus away from the plant itself?
Well, there's no way we can totally eliminate the fungus from the natural environment, especially here in the southern part of Belize. It's all a natural process, right? Yeah. So you're gonna have fungi that will probably be pathogenic, which means that will affect the plant. But you also have other entomopathogens or other fungi that will be beneficial to the plant. So it's all a balance in nature.
Okay. So you're telling me all these little things here have the flowers and have the potential of becoming a cacao pod there.
Exactly.
So have you calculated a percentage of them that would survive?
I would say probably 1-2%.
2%? 2% all of this will?
Yes.
Okay, so you have to cherish your cacao, man.
Yes, exactly. We have to.
I know I love cacao, you know. I love cacao. I love breaking the pod and sucking the seeds, you know. Then I guess you roast them and grind them after that, no?
Well, actually, we don't roast them. What we normally do is that once we harvest the cacao, we take them out, extract them out of the pods. We put them to a fermentation process, then a pre-dry process, then a dry process, exposing them to the soil. And then we would pack them, and then we would export it to the company that we do business with in France.
Okay, so you don't do any cacao products for Belize, basically,
here at Silgrass, no, we don't.
Okay, so this is all for export?
Yes, all for export.
Okay, excellent. So, Anthony, how many acres of cacao do you have planted here?
Here it's over 130 acres of cacao.
130 acres?
Right, but at the other farm, that used to be Hershey, which is Hummingbird Citrus Limited now, we have over 335 acres of producing cacao.
That's a larger cacao production area.
Right.
All right.
And the plans we have at Middlesex is to plant another 500 acres.
Okay. Now, as I look across, I can see mangoes.
Yes.
Right? What type of mangoes am I looking at?
What we have here is the Tommy Atkins variety of mangoes.
Tommy Atkins?
Yes. Tommy Atkins.
It's a big mango?
It's a bigger mango. When it ripes, it has a red color. And it's used mainly for export, fresh fruit consumption. Okay. These mango here are 3 years old. As you can see, they've been pruned from a very early stage to give it a structure that will support adequate production. And if we ever want to do any kind of fresh fruit, we can also pick them for the fresh fruit market.
Okay. Of course, where at this time of the year, it's not mango season, so you won't see any fruit on the trees.
No.
But I can't help but noticing that you use the same type of agriculture processes that you use over here at the cacao area.
Right. What we try to do is to maintain the minimum tillage. If you notice, only where the trees are planted, we went in and we tilled the soil. We planted, and then one of the key things that we do here is that we do not use any herbicide.
Okay.
As was explained earlier, you would come at a certain time of the year and you will see the weeds grown. That is done intentionally.
Okay.
Because one of the main concepts with regenerative agriculture is to always maintain the ground with a vegetative cover.
Renee, I don't know if you noticed, but I have a mahogany tree 100 feet apart. Rows of mahogany.
Yeah, it's rows of mahogany. You can see them right here.
But they run north-south.
Okay.
That is east and west. So the sun comes this way.
East, west.
So when we went into the no shade theory thing, the mahogany was to be able to, when it grow, give the cacao
Shade.
at 10 o'clock shade, sunlight, and then at 2 o'clock shade.
Okay.
So that's why I have every 100 feet, I have a row of mahogany running north-south.
Wow.
I
Everything
just
is.
thought it interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. Everything is well thought out. You know.
Also, it acts as a windbreak because we believe that without shade, we need to windbreak because heavy winds come through here, and transpiration, which is the leaves letting go water to create the siphon for food for plant growth. We try to retard the effects of wind. So that's the concept of the mahogany's in between.
And of course, our national motto for Belize says, under the shade I flourish, which refers to the mahogany tree. Because the mahogany tree itself, to flourish, needs shade, right? The little mahogany seedling needs to be in the shade before you plant it out here, right? And then it grows into this tree that provides shade to other trees.
Exactly that.
Right?
Another observation is that when you plant cacao in the open, if you notice, the cacao leaves are smaller. When you plant cacao in the shade, the leaves tend to be much bigger. So with this system of growing cacao, you have higher evapotranspiration, hence the need for that mahogany line to act as a windbreak to reduce the wind speed.
That's what I find amazing. You know? And our national motto is in line with what we are talking about.
And one of the things here that Anthony may have mentioned to you is that like at the other cacao farm where we have a fair bit of shade, we set a big cacao crop, but we harvest half of it because half of it goes to fungal disease because it's moist, especially if it's rainy. In this concept where there's no shade, we harvest, our yields are much higher in harvesting because the sun dries up and the wind passes through, preventing the high fungal infestations. So it all works,
out.
and it's all part of the whole way nature operates as opposed to trying to fight against nature.
Yeah.
I just thought that was important.
And I like the analogy too that under the shade, the mahogany tree has to be flourishing under the shade. Then it says it becomes this tree that provides shade to others, you know, and that sort of thing. So, yeah, nice. So, Henry, you brought me to your biochar facility, right?
Yes.
This is made from the coconut shell itself, right?
Yes, we take the shell the pile that you just saw, we crumble it into certain sizes, and then it's fed into that machine that is there, and that machine paralyzes the shell into charcoal, which is biochar. Paralysis is burning without oxygen. Okay, so it actually carbonizes the stuff. When it comes out and it's biochar, Anthony takes it into the farm and we either sink it by wells, we do trenches, or sometimes we just broadcast it and till it in. Okay. What biochar does is it increases the water holding capacity. Okay. When we do it in wells and do it in trenches, it creates this little oasis because it holds more moisture, and therefore, if you can imagine water moving laterally under the ground, because this whole area slopes and the water moves under the ground, the biochar stops it. It saturates the biochar, and we have a whole oasis of microorganisms. And that's where the tree roots and stuff go. In the farm, it's very obvious, the areas that we've put it, it's very obvious that it works. Okay, that it's a proven soil ameliorator for holding stuff. We can also take good quality biochar and grind it up, and we could turn it into activated charcoal.
Okay.
Activated charcoal, as you know, you buy it in a pharmacy, and you use it for poisonings and stuff like that. Yeah. Or we can use it for filtration, because this biochar can also be used for filtrating any water and stuff like that. From this unit, the heat that's created when we are paralyzing, we will use to make steam, and the steam will either be used for another coconut processing that we're going to do, because we do believe that if we heat the coconut before we deshell it, it's going to be easier to deshell. Okay, so, and we're going to also probably make some electricity from the heat.
Yeah, so nothing is wasted at all.
No, the concept here at Siltgrass Farms, we preach it's not waste until you waste it. Yeah, and waste nothing is what we preach. So this is just another step of the process. What David...
I see your guys brought some stuff here.
What David brought is to show you that he takes this shell, chips it into this size.
Which is what we're seeing here.
Yes. And this is what comes out. This is biochar.
Okay. So can I use this to do my barbecue, to light my barbecue grill? No, not really.
You can, but it's just not big enough. So it's not going to hold heat. But we could, if we paralyze wood in a big form, which this machine can't do, we don't know. But just let me introduce you also to David Saravia. David is our manager. He manages this.
So David, you got a big operation here, man?
Yes, sir. Very big operation. As Mr. Canton had said before, this is how it is received here, and we grind it. So this is the size we want it to become, so it could go through the machine. And this is it, the finishing product. How we usually test it to know if it's burned through, we snap it right here, the snap, and then
that's good char.
It's good char. You see that whiteness right there? Okay. That's what we're looking for.
We see.
Actual charcoal.
Yeah, it's actual charcoal, yes. So if it was bigger, you could actually use it for barbecue and what have you.
This shell, this size, makes good barbecue grill. This right here, like this. In fact, a lot of our employees used to take it. Courtney is one that used to use a lot of shells for barbecuing.
Well, you know, I look at the shells you have here just so, and at a little aside, I can't help but noting the eyes on this one here. The face, there's a face. Peter?
Rennie Jr.?
No, just a face.
Just a face.
Yeah.
Maybe it
might be me.
I could tell you who it is.
It might be me. Or it might be you.
I kind of look like me.
Yeah. You know?
I usually make my children better looking than me.
All right.
So this is like the end game of what we're doing now. And a big part of Anthony's regenerative process, building his soils and stuff like that.
Well, Anthony, you certainly got a lot of work to do.
Yes, sir.
And I want to thank you for sharing your time with me.
No, thank you for visiting us, sir.
It's a pleasure. I always enjoy myself when I come here to Siltgrass Farms, you know, because I always learn something. And if I look at it on an angle at one time, and then when I come back, I see it at another different light, you know. You keep on learning. So it's a whole process that you guys are doing here. So congratulations on a job well done. Anything you want to tell me before I go?
Well, I hope this is not your last visit.
It certainly won't be.
You have a second home here, and well, personally, I am grateful that I have this opportunity to be working here at Siltgrass to learn more and also to share all the experience that I've learned in other places. Okay. Yeah.
Well, thank you for talking with me. And where's your colleague that was here with us just now?
David likes to run.
David shied away just now when I looked at this face. So David, how long have you been here?
I've been here for 1 year, 6 months. Been working with Siltgrass Farm. So under the biochar project, I've been maybe 1 year, 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah. So
it's an amazing process that you all take the coconut and use every part of it, right? Which is good.
so we don't have waste again. So maybe next time you come, we'll be making something else along with the biochar. Who knows? It might be endless possibilities.
So you're always reinventing, eh?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Never stop.
Thank you so much. And Henry, well, I always feel good when I'm here. I feel at home. Thanks for making me feel at home. Anything you want to say before we go?
Really, thanks for coming again. We have a few more visits, and every time you come, we keep surprising you.
Well,
There's a big plan for here. This is just one component of it. We're bringing.
Come back here and tell them about the
We're
plan.
bringing all the deshelling down here, and a whole lots of different things are going to be going on.
It's a massive development.
We never stop.
Yeah.
And
It's a massive development.
yes, it is.
Yeah.
And proud of the folks that work here. We have very, very good people.
How many employees you have again?
We have, with all the farms and stuff, we're about 450, almost 500.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
You got one school and everything.
We have a little school that it's
commissary
now up
and
to 30.
everything. Yeah.
30 kids, which is stuff. No, we are. I think we're what everybody would like to be. And Anthony, I think, has been through several different operations himself. And we try to offer the employees of the company and stuff more than they've had at their other work. So they want to work here. And it has worked so far. We have really good people. And I think we're now building that want to be a part of, want to make things work, that capacity component of building our people.
Well, you certainly love what you're doing, and love is always a choice that we make, because we can choose to do things just for doing its sake, but we can choose to do what we love, and I take it that you gentlemen do this because you love doing it, right? But you have made that choice to love your jobs and to love your country, love your families, and love God, right? But like we keep on saying, Henry, love is a choice. So, Belize and beyond, thanks for choosing love.
Celebration time. It don't matter what part of the jewel you come from. You da you and me da me. But guess what? All are we the one. See what I mean? Jump and shout all over the